Take Kirchenschlager, Revolutionary Outlaw. We're going to make some improvement right here. How about it? 7.59. 7 and 5.9. Next one to go is going to be draw number 16. That is Levi O'Keefe on TPS Wink from Daddy. Take Kirchenschlager. They're giving us a 153.41, and we're giving it to you. 300.04. And on 2, then you are 300.04. 300.04. Levi O'Keefe on TPS Wink from Daddy. 9:29 in round number 1 with a 144 and 22. Trevor Late Night Mistress, you are next out. 9:23. 9 and 23. Next run, going to go to Trevor Brazil and Late Night Mistress.
147.77.
We've got a 147 and 77 for Levi.
291.98.
Total of 291.98. Trevor Brazil coming up right now on Late Night Mistress. They were 897 in round number 1 with a 150.03. Going to get it done right there, 799. A 7.99 for Trevor Brazil and Late Night Mistress. Miles Baker, Relentless PYC, going to be next out. This is your round number 1 winner. Trevor, it's a 148.01. And a 298.04 on a pair of them. 298.04. Going to go to draw number 18 right here. Miles Baker on Relentless PYC. Sloan Henley will be on deck with a little bit of Mitch. Miles Baker and Relentless. Again, this was your round winner. They were 154 and 21 in round number 1. And we're going to be pretty flawless right here with an 804. Sloan Henley and a little bit of Mitch be our next run. $152 and 46, Mr. Baker. And 306.67 is your total there. 306.67. That's going to bring us to draw number 19. Sloan Henley and a little bit of Mitch. They were 871 with 145.79. Draw number 20. Andy Holcomb. BR, call me a Uber. You are next out. We're going to drop the flag there in 907. 9.07 for Sloan Henley and a little bit of Mitch. Andy Holcomb, BR, call me a Uber. You are next to go. Looking at a 144 and 93 for Henley. And 290.72 on a pair of them. 290.72. Andy Holcomb going to work right here on BR Kala Uber. They were 9 flat in round number 1 with a 148.50. Going to be 10:31 on their second run. 10:31. Yoo-Hoo Herald going to be next to go with Les Oswald aboard. That is draw number 21. Andy Holcomb, BR Kala Uber. $146.69, Andy. And it's a $295.19 for a total on your Tuesday. $295.19. Les Oswald, Yoo-Hoo Herald coming at you now. Looking at draw number 21, Caden Richard. Keeney's Bookstore. Go ahead and make your way on in. Going to get out of this one in pretty good shape. 818. 818. Caden Richard and Keeney's Brookstone, you are on deck. I've got a 149.82, Mr. Oswald, and 297.04 in from the judges. 297.04. That's going to bring us to 22. Caden Richard on Keeney's Brookstone. Billy Jack Sabins. D.F. Coles, Henry Time, you are next in line. Caden Richard and Keeney's Brookstone, unfortunately. Brookstone, unfortunately, in no time in round number 1. Eight, 6, 7. 8 and 67. We've got 149 and 33 for you right there. 149 and 33. Coming right now to draw number 23. That is going to be Billy Jack Sabins and D.F. Coles Holly Time. Rope the first one at 7:44 with a 150.06. Billy Jack Sabins. It is unfortunately going to be a no time at draw number 23. Bringing us down to Ren Richard on Winners Midnight. They roped the first one at 8:48, and the judges gave him a 149.52. Andy Holcomb, SJR Fever, you are on deck. And then it's going to be Vaughn Workin and Light Cash in Town. We've got it on this one in pretty dang good shape. Snappy, boys, snappy. 618. Six and 18. Andy Holcomb, SJR, Diamond Fever. Next in line. Looking at a 151.32 for a 300.84. 300.84. Now Andy Holcomb, SJR Diamond Fever. 1321, including a leg from round number one with a 144.29. Got it done here, 7 and 25. We got it in 7.25. Next one to go, going to be Von Worken and Light Cash in Town.
152.75.
Mr. Holcomb, we're coming up with a 152.75. The total is 297.04. Last run of round number two, excuse me. Von Worken on Light Cash in Town. 991 in round number one with a 141 and 59. Eight and 3/4, 8.75. $144.75 on Worken.
286.34.
Total is 286 and 34. We'll be right back with your results from round number two and then round number three. Finishing at second in the round with a 152 and 75, Andy Holcomb on SJR Diamond Fever. That's good for 1,000. And in our round champion with a 153 and 41, that is going to be Tate Kirchenschlager and Revolutionary Outlaw for a $1,500 bonus. We're going to burn a steer right here. We are just a couple of minutes away. Going to get our judges and scribes all back to their appointed positions. And then we are going to go for round number 3. We're going to be good to go. Take Kirchenschlager. You have honors here in round number 3. Take Kirchenschlager and laser tag. This 2020 gelding, sired by Hashtag out of Billy's Caddy by Caddy Hawk, bred by Cowan Ranches and owned by Kirk Smith. Thus far on our Tuesday, we've got 304.15. 304.15 accumulated thus far. Von Workin, you'll be next out with Light Cash in Town. Starting the third go-round with a 9.10. 9 and 10. We've got 150 and 40. Total of 454 and 55. 454.55 for Tate Kirchenschlager and laser tag. That's going to bring us to Light Cash in Town and Von Workin, this 2020 Royal Crown Stallion, sired by Wimpy's Royal King out of Small Town's Gold by Small Town Baker. Bred by Gerald and Maureen Arnold and owned by V. Workin Ranches, and we are sitting on 286.34. Tell Shock you are next in line on the Pretty Mess. Ain't no time at draw number 2. On down to draw number 3 right here. We're going to Tell Shock and the Pretty Mess. They've got 294.39 so far. The Pretty Mess, the 2020 mare, sired by PC Redwood Manny out of Six Fortunes on Fire by Rare Firewater, bred by Jamie Hinton and owned by Jamie Hinton. We're back up and running now, going with Tell Shock and the Pretty Mess. Like I said before, they've got 294 and 39 on the books. And we are going to work on number 3 right here. Andy Holcomb checks out my fine. He's going to be next in line. Be a straight up run right here of 8.72. 8 and 72. Looking at a 150 and 28 from the judges. Giving you a grand total of 444.67. 444 and 67. I believe we got the arena cleared out, and we're going to be good to go now at draw number 4. This is Andy Holcomb. Checks out my finey. Working on 298.06. Steve Orth. Hold time. You are next in line. Draw number 4 right here. Number 5 is on deck. This 2020 mare sired by One Fine Vintage out of Tangy's Last Checks by Tangy's Classy Peppy. Straight up run here. 9.46. 9.46. Looking at a 150 and 54. Total of 448 and 60. 448.60. Steve Horth going to work right now on this 2020 mare sired by One Time Honor out of Hellralicious by Hellracious. Plus 5 and 10 for a 22.97. 22.97. Tate Kirchenschlager, he's misleading. Dude, you are on deck. Excuse me, you are up right here, Tate. Tate, and he's misleading. Dude, going to be next to go at draw number 6.
134.03.
134 and 03 for Steve Orth.
421.61.
And a 421 and 61. 421.61. We're at draw number 6 now. He's misleading. Dude. They've got 299.12 so far in the bank. Miles Baker, Relentless Honor, you are next in line. $10 and a quarter right there, 10.25. Miles Baker, Relentless Honor, coming up. Tate, we will get your score to you here momentarily. Right now, we're going to go to Miles Baker and Relentless Honor. They've got 298.88. This 2020 mare is signed by One Time Honor out of All Time Smooth Cat by Smooth as a Cat. 10-8-1 on the clock. Hold up on the line just a second, would you please? We are having some internet issues right here. Hold up on the line just a minute, please. Mr. Kirchenschlager, yours is a 147.75. The total
446.87.
446 and 87 on 3 for Miles Baker. 147.18.
446.57.
Total of 446 and 57. 446 and 57. Brad Lund, we're ready for you now at your leisure, please. This is draw number 8. Brad Lund on Queen of Sparkles. 2020 mare, sired by CD Diamond out of Highly Unlimited by Highbrow Cat, bred by San Juan Ranch and owned by Chelsea Dickerson, Clay Burnham, and Hollywood's Federale. You are on deck. Looking right here again at Brad Lund and Queen of Sparkles. 942. Nine and 42. 147 and 08.
280.52 on 2.
You are 280 and 52 on 2 out of 3. 280 and 52. That's a 2 out of 3 score. Now to draw number 9. Clay Burnham on Hollywood's Federale. Working with 144 and change on 1 out of 2. Les Oswald, you are on deck with Careful What You Call Me. We did catch the barrier, 1843. 18 and 43. Next one to go is going to be Les Oswald on Careful What You Call Me. Looking at a 133.07. You're 277.89, and that is on 2 out of 3. Now it brings us to draw number 10, Les Oswald. Careful What You Call Me. This 2020 gelding sired by Call Me Mitch. Out of Travel on a Miss by Travelina. Bred by Philip and Teresa Rawls and owned by Sarah Ann Westfall. We've got 293.69. $9.58. 147 and 42. For a total of 441 and 11. 441 and 11. That'll bring us down to draw number 11. Miss Sodadal and Clyde Bowlerjack. They've got 296.97 so far. Andy Holcomb, HR Call Me Star, going to be next out. Unfortunately, in no time coming up here for Clyde Bojack. On down to Andy Holcomb and HR Call Me Star with 296.13 accumulated so far. This 2020 mare is sired by Call Me Mitch. Out of Decca C Starlight by Charles Starlight, bred by Hearst Ranch and owned by Hearst Ranch. Andy Holcomb again going to work right here, working on 296.13. And a no time at draw number 12. Coming to 13 now, Joseph Harrison and Revolution. Revolution's a 2020 gelding sired by Metallic Rebel out of Brenda Ray's by Dual Ray. Bred by Bridget Trenari and owned by Darren and Tara Johnson. They've got 298.89 thus far, 298.89. Ren Richard, Uno's Runaway, you are next out. At the bottom, it's 11 and 2-7. 11 and 27. We're going to add some numbers up right here. We'll get you your total on 3 in just a moment. Ren Richard, Uno's Runaway, you are going to be next to go. Looking at a 146 and 23. Total on 3 of them, then 445 and 12. And Ren Richard going to work right here on Uno's Runaway. 2020 Stallion, sired by Travis Little Sug by Runaway Foos by Foos. Excuse me, out of Runaway Foos by Foos. And that's a 6.43 on the clock. Six and 43. We are a 154.07. That gives you a 304.02 on 2. 304.02 on 2. That 154.07 does take over the top spot in the round. We're at 15 now. Tate Kirchenschlager on Revolutionary Outlaw. They've got 300.04. Accumulated so far, 300.04. This one's a 2020 model, sired by Shiny Outlaw out of SLR Nick of Time by Dash 2 Fame. 10.62. A 10.62 for Tate Kirkenschlager and Revolutionary Outlaw. O'Keefe is going to be next on TPS. Wink from Daddy. Looking at a 148 and 38.
448.42.
And 448.42 is the total on 3. Levi O'Keefe coming up right here on TPS Wink from Daddy. The 2020 gelding signed by Who's Your Daddy out of Wink from Holland by Hollandese. A 10 and 42. 10.42. We've got a 146.08 from the panel. And 438.06 is the sum total of it all. 438.06. That brings us down to Trevor Brazil and Late Night Mistress. This 2020 mare, sired by Late Night Stopper out of Spooks Melody by Gray's Starlight. So far on our Tuesday, there's 298.04 in our pocket. It is going to be a no time right there, unfortunately. It'll bring us down to draw number 18 here. Miles Baker on Relentless PYC. Relentless PYC, a 2020 mare, sired by First Prize Diver. Out of Shar's Gun by Play Gun, bred by Flag Ranch and owned by Relentless PYC. Thus far, we've got 306.67. Sloan Henley at draw number 19. You are on deck. We are back up and running, good to go at draw number 18. Miles Baker on Relentless PYC. Again, 306.67 so far on our Tuesday. Sloan Henley, a little bit of Mitch. You're going to be next in line. Just come right back. Just come right back. Mr. Baker, we'll put that one away, get you a different one. Sloan Henley going to be next out on a little bit of Mitch. Looking at Miles Baker right here on Relentless PYC. And we're going to put a 9:55 on the clock right there. 9:55. Looking at 151.95. 458 and 62. The total on three now. 458.62. That's looking good on three of them. Now Sloan Henley working on a 290.72. This is a little bit of Mitch, a 2020 gelding, sired by Call Me Mitch out of Fistful of Pep by Hades Hobo. Bred by Chris Dewey and owned by Sloan Henley. Smooth in the field. We did take the barrier, 20 and 46. Andy Holcomb on BR Call Me a Uber. You'll be next out. $134 and 54. 425 and 26 on all of them now. 425 and 26. BR Call Me a Uber coming up right here with Andy Holcomb aboard this 2020 gelding, sired by BR Golden Leader out of Ladybug Specialty by Frenchman Specialty. Bred by Garland Ray Baker and owned by Garland Ray. Les Oswald and Yoo-Hoo Harold going to be next out. At the bottom, it's a 10.31 on the clock. 10.31. Hold up at the line just a hot second. We got a small gathering of beeves at the bottom end. 147 and 19. Andy, your total on three is a 442.38. 442 and 38. That'll bring us down to draw number 21. Yoo-Hoo Harold and Les Oswald. $297.04. Caden Richard is going to be next out with Kinsey's Brookstone. Yoo-Hoo Harold is a 2020 stallion, sired by Call Me Mitch out of Second Time's a Charm by One Time Pepto. We are good to go. We're back at it. Number 21, Les Oswald. Yoo-Hoo Harold again. Les and Yoo-Hoo Harold have 297.04 thus far. Caden Richard, Kenny's Brookstone, you are next to go. $9.98. 9.98. Caden Richard, Kenny's Brookstone, going to be next in line. Looking at a 147.02. Total is going to be 444.06. Mr. Oswald, your 444.06. We are right now at Caden Richard and Kenny's Brookstone. 2020 Stallion sired by Brookstone Bay out of Skinny Kitty by Winners Version. And they're going to stop the clock in 7.87. $149.63. 290.86. That is 2 out of 3. We are at draw number 23 now. Billy Jack Sabins coming up on DF Cole's Holiday Time. 2020 gelding, sired by Hickory Holiday Time out of Cole's Holly by General Dynamics. And we are working with 150.06. That's a 1 out of 2 time, 1 out of 2 number. Ren Richard and Winners Midnight, you are going to be next in line. We are coming out of this one right here on a 7.94. Ren Richard, Winners Midnight, next in line. 152.06. For a total of 302 and 12 on 2 out of 3. We're at Ren Richard now and Winners Midnight. We've got 300.84 accumulated. We're looking at a 2020 Stallion here, sired by Winners Version out of Brooks Midnight Eagle by One Dashing Eagle. We're going to slide out of this one with a 724. $7.24. Last run before we go to the short round is going to be Andy Holcomb on SJR Diamond Fever. Looking at a 153.26, Mr. Richard. 454 and 10. 454 and 10. You're in good shape heading into the short round. Andy Holcomb coming at you right here aboard SJR Diamond Fever. We've got 297.04 accumulated, and we're looking here at a 2020 gelding sired by CD Diamond out of Barely Enough Taz by Pepto Taz. Unfortunately, a no time As we come to a stop at number 25, we are going to right now put our short go round together. I'll get you results from round number 3, and we'll come back with the short go. Your results from round number 3 are going to go like this. We had a 153 and 26 placed second in the round. That was put there by Winners Midnight and Ren Richard. They're going to get $1,000. Ren Richard on Uno's Runaway happened to put down a 154.07, and that's going to get him $1,500. Ren Richard taking number 1 and 2 out of the round there. We are taking 12 to the short round. We're going to finish dragging this pin, and we'll come back and get specific about them in just a few minutes. We've got her groomed to perfection, and we are going to get right into our short round. I'm going to tell you right here about our payoff. It's going to go like this. We'll pay $1,000 to the highest score in the short round that does not place in the average, and we are paying not less than 5 places out of that average. For fifth in the average, it'll pay $2,150 to the rider. The stallion will get $300, the breeder $200. Fourth in the average, $3,225, $450, and $300. Third in the average, $4,300 to the rider, $600 to the stallion, $400 to the breeder. Second in the average, $5,375, $750, and $500. And for our average champion, the rider is going to take $6,450. The stallion $900, the breeder $600. Put it all together, comes to just shy of $8,000 to win the average out of this one right here. We're taking 12. 12 coming to the short round, and we're going to run them like this. From low score to high score, 12th callback is a 441 and 11 from Les Oswald, and careful what you call me. 11th call is going to be Andy Holcomb and BR Call It Uber. They've got 442 and 38. Les Oswald coming at callback number 10 with Yoo-Hoo Harold. They're sitting on 444.06. And then Tal Shock and the Pretty Mess coming at callback number 9. You are 444 and 67. Our 8th call belongs to Joseph Harrison and Revolution. They've got 445 and 12. The 7th call back, Miles Baker, Relentless Honor with 446.57. And Tate Kirchenschlager aboard He's Misleading Dude have 446 and 87 points, and that is good for 6th call. The top 5 now, Tate Kirchenschlager coming back-to-back at 6 and 5. At the 5th call, it's Revolutionary Outlaw, 448 and 42. Your top 4 now, Andy Holcomb and Checks Out My Finney. 448 and 60. At callback number 3, it's got to be Ren Richard and Winner's Midnight. They've got 454 and 10 accumulated. Our 2nd callback is going to be Tate Kirchenschlager and Laser Tag with 454 and 55. And the high call belongs to Miles Baker and Relentless PYC. They have 458 and 62 thus far in their hip pocket. And we're going to start it right here at your 12th callback. Good luck to everybody. 12th call coming at you, Les Oswald. Careful what you call me. This 2020 gelding is sired by Call Me Mitch out of Travelino Miss by Travelina. Bred by Philip and Teresa Rawls and owned by Sarah Ann Westfall. We are going to get a little bit of an early start right there. It'll cost us 10, 1991. 1991. We'll get the numbers in and get your total out before we go on to the 11th callback. We're looking at a 133.09. Total is 574 and 20 for Les Oswald. And careful what you call me. That is going to bring us right here. Looking at Andy Holcomb and the 2020 gelding. BR Call Me a Uber. Right there, it's going to be an 850. 8.50. We've got 148 and 50. 590 and 88 is going to go to the lead now. 590 and 88 takes over the top spot. We'll go to the top 10 from right here. 10th callback. It's going to be Les Oswald on Yoo-Hoo Herald. Yoo-Hoo Herald, a 2020 stallion, sired by Call Me Mitch at a second times a charm by One Time Pepto. Bred by Estelle Robot Living Trust and owned by the same. So far, we've got 444.06. We are going to get it on right here. We are at the 10th callback again. Les Oswald, Yoo-Hoo Herald. Working on 444.06. We're going to drop the flag and face up in an 8.67. 8.67 on the clock. Judges are doing what they do, and we're going to do what we do very momentarily. Looking at a 150 and 83. 594 and 89 is going to be the total right there. That will go to the lead in the early going of our short round. Bringing us to the top 9 now. 9th high team coming to you right here. 9th callback going to be Tell Shock on the Pretty Mess. This 2020 mare is sired by PC Redwood Manny out of 6 Fortunes on Fire by Rare Firewater. Bred by Jamie Hinton and owned by Jamie Hinton. We've got 444 and 67. We're going to hit that barrier a bit too hard. 17.77. 1777. Looking at a 137 and 23, Mr. Shock. 581 and 90. 581 and 90 is your total, and we are at callback number 8. Callback number 8 coming at you right here. This is going to be Joseph Harrison and Revolution. Joseph Harrison and Revolution coming at you right here with a 445 and 12. This 2020 model gelding is sired by Metallic Rebel out of Brenda Ray's by Dual Ray. Bred by Bridget Trinari and owned by Darren and Tara Johnson. Look at it come together right there. 8.90. 8.90 for Joseph Harrison and Revolution. Looking at a 149 and 10.
59422.
Total of 594 and 22 right there. 594 and 22. Miles Baker going to go to work right here aboard Relentless Honor. This 2020 mare signed by One Time Honor out of all-time Smooth Cat by Smooth as a Cat, bred by Flag Ranch and owned by B-Bit Farms. We've got 446.57. We are loaded up right here. Miles Baker and the recently mentioned Relentless Honor. Coming at you right here. Draw numbers, callback number 7. Took her back off. I'm sorry. That is going to be a no time, and we'll take it to the top 6 right now. 6 callback, Tate Kirchenschlager. And he's Misleading Dude. Tate Kirchenschlager is going to be coming back to back. Callback number 6 again, Tate Kirchenschlager. He's Misleading Dude. This 2020 stallion is sired by Bucks Hancock Dude out of She Misleading by leader of the class. Straight up run right there. Total time going to be 10 and 44. Total of 10.44. Take your time coming back, Mr. Kirchenschlager. Take your time. $149 and 06.
595.93.
For a total of 595 and 93. That will go to the lead right now. 595 and 93 is going to take over the top spot, and we are going to the top 5. Tate Kirchenschlager coming back for a run on Revolutionary Outlaw. We are going to load them right here for the top 5. Your fifth callback. Fifth callback going to be Tate Kirchenschlager and Revolutionary Outlaw. This 2020 model is sired by Shiny Outlaw out of SLR Nick of Time by Dash to Fame. And again, we're looking at 448 and 42, and we got 595, 93 leading it. And we're going to come out of this one slick with a 9.92. Looking at a 149.08 from the panel. 597 and a half will take over the lead now. 597 and 50 goes to the front, and we go to the top 4. Your fourth call is going to be Andy Holcomb on Checks Out My Finey. This 2020 mare is sired by One Fine Vintage out of Tangy's Last Checks by Tangy's Classy Peppy. Bred by Robertson Ranches and owned by Caleb Driggers. We've got 448.60. 448.60 thus far. Right up against the far side for a 9.65. 9.65 for Andy Holcomb and Checks Out My Finey. Looking at a 150.85. 599 and 45, and that is now going to go to the lead. 3 coming at you now. Third call back, Ren Richard. Winners Midnight, a 2020 stallion. He's sired by Winners Version out of Brooks Midnight Eagle by One Dashing Eagle. Sweet run, boys, at the 2/3 bar of the pin, 8.37. 8.37 for him right there. Looking at a 151 and 13. And we're looking at a new leader, 605 and 23. 605.23 coming at you right there. And we're going to our second call back. Second call is Tate Kirchenschlager, Laser Tag, 2020 gelding. He's sired by Hashtags out of Billy's Caddy by Caddy Hawk. We are going to be faced up right there on a 9.77. 9.77 for Tate and Laser Tag. Looking at a 151 and 73. 606 and 28. That'll put us to the high call. Miles Baker on Relentless PYC. We are going to face up right there and unfortunately take that barrier. 1806. $18.06 including. We're going to come back at 12:30. Team Ropers will come back at 12:30 for our 4 and under healers. We've got a 139 and 94. Total of 598 and 56. 598 and 56. We'll come back with your payoff, your results in just a moment. In the short round, your high score not placing in the average was a 150.83 from Yoo-Hoo Harold and Les Oswald. That's going to be a $1,000 bonus coming their way. And here in just a few seconds, I will have your average results, and I'll get them out to you. Your results from our 4 and under in the average, finishing in the number 5 spot for $2,150 to the rider, $300 to the stallion, $200 to the breeder, $597 and $50. Revolutionary Outlaw, Tate Kurgenschlager, finishing 4th in the average. With a 598 and 56. is going to be Miles Baker and Relentless PYC. That'll pay $32.25, $450 to the rider, $32.25 to the rider, $450 to the stallion, $300 to the breeder. Andy Holcomb checks out my Finey, going to finish third with a $5.99 and $45. That'll pay $4,300 to the rider, $600 to the stallion, and $400 to the breeder. Second is going to go to Ren Richard on Winners Midnight. They had 605.23. That's going to pay $53.75, $750, and $500. Take Kirkenschlager and Laser Tag, going to win the average with 606 and 28. That'll pay $64.50 to the rider, $900 to the stallion, and $600 to the breeder. And again, we will be coming back at 12:30 to start the number 4 and under Heelan division. I will come back with your side pot here very momentarily.